This map is the Beavers Spiral of Fun, available on the Steam Workshop, and it's a fun map that gives you a pretty long, winding, spirally river that flows through the map, and it has two main water sources that present challenges for your initial bad tides. And one of them is at the bottom of this reservoir at the very start of the Spiral of Fun. And then there's another one over here that also is a problem for bad tide. So the first bad tide solution that suggests itself is to put in some sluices here and blast a channel off the edge of the map here so that all of the bad water will just divert off here, and that will protect the downstream water from the bad tide. But after that first solution is in place, I think what we can do is go in here and put in a tunnel at the base of this reservoir, cavern, if you will, and blast that tunnel out the edge of the map here, and we'll just put in a sluice at the bottom next to the tunnel, and that should drain the water off. So let's give that a try and see what happens. Okay, let's look at our first bad tide. And we can see there's a little bit of flooding going on, but that's clearing up. And we can see that our initial sluice solution is working and that the downstream water is not getting polluted. However, our main reservoir is filling up with bad water, and that is kind of wrecking a lot of the map for other purposes. So we will try our tunnel and sluice solution next and see if we can do better in the next bad tide. Once the tunnel was in place, I realized I was going to have problems placing my sluice correctly. So for example, if I point it straight into the tunnel here, there's not enough room for it to work, and it doesn't want to work that way either. It would work this way, but that doesn't help me. So what I realized is I needed to blast out more area, so I want to blast down on the right and clear out these two areas so that my sluice pointing in this direction will do what I want. I know now that this isn't going to work because the sluice is pointing straight into the tunnel, and I will also need to clear the square behind it. But at the time I got to this point, I didn't know that yet. That's something that I discovered along the way. But I think we'll skip ahead to the final implementation and see it work in the next bad tide. Okay, fast forwarding now to the next bad tide. This is what I meant by my previous solution, that now we've blasted out the area, we put in our sluice, and the sluice now opens into an empty square. This is not a tunnel. This guy is a tunnel with a path on him, but this is an empty, clear square that has a platform above it. And on that platform, I have a levee, so that kind of seals the entrance. This square functions the same as a tunnel, but the game recognizes it as a clear terrain square with a platform above it. So that's how the sluice then feeds the tunnel, and this actually works. And I will go ahead and we'll back out here for our bad tide and see what happens. Speed it up a bit. We can see that our bad tide solution on the right is working as expected. And now we are not getting any bad water coming out into our storage area, and that the bad water from the bottom of that reservoir is exiting the map down here. So everything is working as expected. And now that I see what's going on here, the reservoir is draining. I think what we want to do then is put another layer of levees with another sluice for good water to exit, and we could have a system where good water comes out, bad water exits the map, and then this would not drain during the next bad tide. If that's interesting enough, I'll make another video. But for now, at least the tunnel plus sluice works when you have a clear terrain square in between the sluice and the tunnel. That's what I learned. Talk to you later. Bye.